I want to do now over the next while is I want to take off the brake drum and I want to have a look in around the brakes. I believe the half shaft seals were done on this tractor not too long ago, and I'm going to clean up all of the dirt and dust in there, maybe put in a bit of grease just to keep everything rust free. So I noticed here the grub screws are missing, and I think I have a few of them spare, so when I put it back together I'll put them in. They're not very important because the wheel is attached up, bolted up against this, so it's not going to move, but I'll put them back in just to, if nothing else, just to keep moisture out. So I'm going to loosen off the brake shoes, and hopefully this hub or drum will come off then, so we'll see how we get on with that. If I am having problems getting this off, I can put in a screw in a bolt there, and it'll help pull it. So for the meantime, I'm going to give it a go of this spray and just get it running in where it needs to go, and that might just free things up. And we'll see. I have my selection of Ferguson nuts and bolts there, so I'll pick out one of them that'll go into the holes and help pull that out. So I've had to resort to putting in the bolts, and I finally managed to get it to move out. So I don't know, this looks like it was on a good while now, judging by how hard it was to get it this far. So I presume now it's just going to be a matter of tightening these a bit more. It is coming, thankfully, but I'll be surprised now if this was apart too long ago, but we'll see anyway what condition the brake shoes are in. If they need to be relined, that's no problem at all. That's a very easy job. A little tip, because I have to have the brakes off, so when this is coming off, what I do is I put in a long bar, put on 2 wheel nuts, and I put in a long bar, and what this does, this allows me to hold it in place as I'm threading in the bolts. And that's pushing this brake drum off. So I give one a few turns and I go to the other. That's coming off lovely. A little bit tighter this side. A little bit tighter, but what harm? Going in there all the same. And that's basically pushing the drum out. So that's just a little tip for people wondering, you know, should I have the brakes on or off? Should I have them off so that allows that to slide forward. And that is what we're left with. I don't know how the light is it good or bad, but it seems to be good enough meat on these brake shoes. They're not the ones that are riveted, they must be glued. So there's good meat. Maybe not as much on that end or on that end, but there's definitely good meat on this end. I suppose it's due to breaking when it's going forward. Now, have we anything strange in the brake hub? Bit of oil after WD-40 after getting in, and give that a good clean out. Might give that a shot blasting and then grease it. That's what I might do now. Okay, so all of these retaining springs are in. One thing I do see that's a little bit strange, maybe if I'm not mistaken, that's red. Is that red? If they're both red, it's okay. On the Ferguson 20, one of them was a different colour. Red was meant to be on the leading shoe. This seems to be too red, so that's okay. I will take them off and see which one's stronger, just in case. The stronger one, if I'm not mistaken, should be on the top, more tension. Okay, I'll take off the adjuster. I'll give that a good clean up, good grease up, lithium grease so that it stays on it. And remove all these, clean everything out. Some resident spiders as well. Yep, I'll take all that off, have a good look in, and have a feel for end play in the wheel bearings. So, next job, give this a a dart of the brush on the wire brush on the drill, and then I'm going to give it a quick shot blast and just to get it nice and level. That's it after getting just a quick little run in the shot blaster. And what I like about the shot blaster is it leaves it so dry and even a little bit dusty. You have to even just blow it out with the gun yet. But it's great for getting out any bits of WD-40 or any bits of grease or oil. So that's good. I can put that to one side now. There's not too much scoring or anything in there. There's nothing in there that's worrying. So that can be put to one side, and I can start taking off these. The light's very bad here. Retainers here, and start stripping these brakes. What I use for taking out the springs is a bit of baling twine, the good strong orange twine. It's better than putting in a screwdriver. The screwdriver flinging off. So it's a better job. Now I should be able to take out this adjuster, and that's going to go now into the vise and get a good clean out. I'm going to shot blast that as well. This is the adjuster just after getting a bit of shot blast, and I didn't shot blast the threads because I don't want any of the dust getting on them. So it's a little bit tight there at the end, so I'm going to take this out and hit it with the wire brush on the drill and try and clean off some of this very, very old grease. It's a bit sticky. That is 10 times better. It's flying in and out now after getting a touch of the drill with the wire brush. The kind of grease that I put on is this, I think it's kind of a lithium grease. I don't use normal grease for this, and I find it just seems to stay on to a lot more. It's not as watery, as thin as normal grease. So just put a bit in there and let it run it down through it. In and out a few times then, and make sure that all the threads are, you don't need much of this. I put this on the wheel studs as well, and I've had this grease on wheel studs on a Ferguson 20 for, genie, now must be 10 plus years, and it's still on it. It's fantastic stuff. So that's another little job done. I can now put this to one side. For the other end, what I do is I put in my wire brush in there and on the Dremel, and I give it a good clean out. And then this, I'll probably give him a quick rub of sandpaper first, just to get, or maybe just to run of the wire brush and the drill first, and then polish up on sandpaper, and then put a bit of that lithium grease in there, and that should be this part ready to go. The same story with these shoe springs. I put a bit of twine, and I put my foot in there, and that helps take them off. It's just a bit easier than trying to remove them with a screwdriver. So that's both springs off, and then we have these retainers. And what you do with these now, I'll just get it to focus, is there's a T. I'll try and get that to focus in there. There's a T-shaped lad there, and that goes in over it, and you twist it. So to take it out, it's the opposite. So this has come off as well from there. That's going to get shot blasted. So I'll take off the shoes as well, and I'll give them a quick shot blasting just to tidy them up a little bit. And there's another, 1, 2 and 3 spring and two retainer caps. So now we should be ready to pull them off, and what you're left with is these little retainers here that go in from the back. So to be honest with you, these have seen better days. I'll see about replacing them now. Them bent as well. So yeah, we'll review matters. Yeah, that's a bit weak looking. So now I'll do the same with the bottom and give them all a quick shot blast to tidy them up. Something interesting, there was an extra spring floating around. So we have our 4 there, and that lad was in behind there. So I don't know, was it making any difference anyway? I'd say I will order a new set of them anyway. I won't say they're expensive, and these retaining pins are they're just a little bit worse for wear, and they're all bent. What harm? They're not going to be expensive. They're not going to be break the bank. Yeah, they're just a bit worn looking to my eyes anyway. So yeah, what I can start doing then is giving this brake back in place a bit of a clean out. Doesn't matter too much as long as there's no oil down there getting in, and no, there seems to be so far. We'll take a better look in with a torch. So here's some of the parts after getting shot blasted. Just a quick tidy up just so we can see what we're working with. I usually like to get sandpaper and give this a good polish up and grease, because this is where it actually slides there, so when you release the brakes, the springs have to release it, but if it's a bit catchy there, they won't release properly. So another little job I'm after seeing I can do is I'm after pulling out this brake cross shaft, so I should be able to clean in behind where the bushing goes, and I did this on the Ferguson 20 lately, so I'll be able to clean that out with the Dremel and tap in a new bushing and get a bit of emery paper on that and polish it up, and that'll mean it'll all help the brakes release that little bit better. So I'm just giving things a clean out. I can see what condition it's in.